Hello! Thanks for saying that. I'm getting all of my stuff onto my palette. Here's the blue. I'm using Prussian blue. Prussian blue makes a really good blue-gray, I've noticed. So when I'm painting things with a lot of clouds, I like to use Prussian blue. For most paintings, I just keep out whichever tubes I'm using. But another thing that I do in case I'm working on a bunch of them at once is I actually take a piece of tape, just painter's tape. I write down what the names are of the colors that I'm using, and then I just put this painter's tape right on the back. So it has all of the colors that I'm using for this palette, and I won't lose track of them. And then I can also take that off at the end if I don't care for people to know what palette I'm using or whatever. Okay. Ooh, I missed that chat. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to mix. Would you guys like me to point the camera down so you can see what I'm doing as I'm mixing, or would you rather me just mix quietly and then start painting? I'll kind of explain what I'm doing. I'll set this up really quick. Okay. So what I have left on my painting is anything that's pink is still the underpainting. So I have a lot of different colors of greens here. And then of course the colors from the rainbows. So I'm gonna start with doing the greens. Ah, Kiwi, get down. My cat Kiwi's trying to get my paintbrushes. And so I will start with a very basic green, which is just yellow and blue. And most of these are evergreen trees, so I'm going to do quite a bit of blue. Kiwi, stop it. And I'm going to do a little bit of white because they're in the distance, and that will make it toned down a little bit. And it's very green. Kiwi, get down. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to add a little bit of magenta to tone it down a little bit and make it a little bit more brown. Because it's really, really bright, and if I put it on like this, it's gonna stand out a little bit too much, and I want the trees to sink into the background. So I'm adding just a little bit of magenta. And that's not quite as toned down as I want it. And it is a pretty bright day, so I'm still adding a little bit more white. And it helps see where I'm at with the color, because sometimes it's too dark to see what the actual color looks like. Okay, I like this one, and I'm gonna do a couple more lighter greens. This one needs a little bit more white. Okay, I like that green. I like this green. I need something that's a little bit more brown. So I'm gonna take this and make it more brown. Okay, I like that. Now I have a few different greens. And let's see, I still think that this one isn't quite right. I think I'm just going to mix the greens for now. And start doing that instead of mixing all the rainbow colors, because I'm not sure that I'll get to that right now. So I'm going to move this back and we're going to see how these greens look when they are on the painting. For most of the painting, like the sky and things, I used this really round mop brush. I really love it because it's great for scrubbing around like on the sky and things. It does really good movement. But I think it's a little bit too round for the trees. I might use it for the trees here that have leaves on them and they're kind of more rounded. But these ones are all evergreen trees, and so I feel like this would be too round. So maybe this sharper one. This is what they look like together. Okay, I need to add more white to that one. This isn't as brown as I thought when it is next to these other ones. I'm going to see how this lighter one is. Okay. Kiwi, don't jump up here. Ah! Miss Ma'am! I think I need to cat-proof my studio. Kiwi's been jumping lately. Okay, that's better. So the darkest part is going to be down on the bottom. And the light green goes on the top. Let's see. There's part has to go into the grass. Now I'm trying to use like little bushes to make this look more natural, going from the grass into the trees, because right now it kind of looks like a really stark change between tree to grass. I don't really like that. It's also a little bit darker than I would have liked, but I think that's okay for this area. I think as I move over here, it's gonna be lighter. I think that will be good. Okay. There's a darker tree somewhere over here. I just have to figure out if I want it right at the end of this rainbow or if I want it a little bit over. So I'll just keep thinking about that as I'm moving over. And I am making it a little bit lighter as I move over. So maybe I should add a little bit of white into these as I'm toning it. No, do not jump up here. Kiwi, you're not allowed. Kiwi's insistent that she's supposed to be allowed up here when I'm painting. It's so funny. Okay. This is where we're at now. And I think that's going to be it for today. Thanks everyone for coming and painting with me. Have a good rest of your night.